So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. This is your first time tuning in. So today we are going to be covering another unconventional side hustle, ways to make money. People are always asking, how can I make some extra money? How can I better my life? How can I get ahead? How can I just keep my regular life right now, maintain my life with inflation? You know, people are struggling. People are trying to find ways, creative ways to make some extra cash just to maintain the lifestyle they had a year or two ago, because things are just getting out of hand, right? The economy is getting out of control for most people. Most middle class, lower class people are getting priced out. So what we're going to be doing today is covering another unconventional side hustle. This is a side hustle that I necessarily don't even advertise. It just happens because people know me, they know what I have, so then they ask me for it and they offer to rent it from me. So that's why you can tell from the thumbnail. But so real quickly, if you don't mind just hitting that subscribe button, liking and sharing this video if you gain any value from it, and if you sparked any ideas in your mind on how to make some extra money. So what we're gonna be talking about today is equipment. There can be many ways you can get this done, and I'll tell you basically how I get people to contact me looking for my equipment. But then we'll also talk about other ways you can find people to pay you for your equipment. So I do a lot of projects, so I have and buy a lot of equipment. With that being said, people know I do a lot of projects and they always know I buy these pieces of equipment. So now people are always asking me, you know, can I borrow them? Can I rent them? Most of the time I say yes. And for really, really close friends and family, obviously I don't charge them. But for people that I, you know, am more acquaintances with, then yeah, I will rent them out to them. But just to kind of give you some ideas of the things that I do rent out and that you can rent out as well, that don't require, I mean, there are some things that require a little bit more cash, but there are some things that are fairly inexpensive to get into if you wanted to start this side hustle as a business. Like I said, I'm not trying to make a business off of this. I just do it because the opportunity presented itself, and it's equipment I already have at my disposal. I'm not doing anything with it immediately, so why not make some extra money with it? We had a big storm blow in, so there's a little bit of branches here and there. But anyways, one of the, I guess some of the things that I do rent out are gonna be my trailers. I have trailers. Again, for close friends, friends and family, I don't actually rent them out to them. I let them borrow it. But for acquaintances, yeah, I will, you know, rent it out and charge accordingly, depending on what they're gonna be doing, how long they're gonna have it, what they're gonna be putting into my trailers, etc. Again, not something that I'm necessarily advertising. It's just people ask, sure, why not? Another one is going to be augers. So I have some handheld augers, and if you ever had one, you know, it makes your life very, very easy. Instead of, you know, being out there doing it manually, cuts the time down quite a bit. So yes, they are useful and helpful. And if I didn't have one myself, I probably would rent one out, or of course buy one or the other. But yes, I will rent out augers. People know I have those, so they will ask me if they could borrow them or rent them. So again, I'll let it go and I will rent them out. Another one is going to be hand tools. That's probably the cheapest thing to start, is going to be hand tools. And you can't really charge a whole lot for like a post hole digger, manual post hole digger. We call it a posera in Spanish. But a manual post hole digger will get asked by a lot of people will ask me for it, because a lot of people don't have one. The good ones cost, you know, $50, $60, $70, but you can get in a little bit cheaper. And you don't have to rent these out, but if you wanted to, it's an extra $5, $10, $20 to rent these things out for an extended period of time, because not everyone wants to purchase these tools because they know they're probably not going to use them again. So they rather just pay $20, even though you paid $70 for it. and they don't have to worry about storing that thing or spending 70 bucks. So people will pay for things like that. Some other things that people ask for from me are chainsaws. I have chainsaws. Chainsaws are expensive. I purchased the good brands, the well-known brands, because they work well. And yeah, people will always rent those things out from me as well. Weed eaters, leaf blowers. I have had people ask me for lawnmowers, but I don't rent out my lawnmower because that's a little bit expensive. You're looking at $5,000 for a lawnmower. So if somebody does damage that, I really don't want to take a risk with it. But if you are interested in doing that and getting in all the documentation and all that stuff to start a legit business with it, then yeah, you could definitely rent those things out for more, obviously, because they are more expensive equipment. So something to keep in mind. Now, tractors are something that you can also rent out. The going rates for tractors are obviously more expensive because it is a more expensive piece of equipment. Now we'll kind of start talking back a little bit more about the cheaper things to get into, because a lot of people that watch my channel don't necessarily have a whole lot of capital to just unload into a business. So you're looking for an easy way to get in. Like I said, hand tools are very common. I get asked for those a lot. An auger, like I said, we already covered it, but they run about $200, $300, depending on what type you get. You can get some more powerful augers, and those will obviously be more than that, but you can get those. T-post drivers, get asked for those as well. Those are not very expensive. Those are like 50 bucks. Wire stretchers for bob wire, get asked for those a lot as well. Not a whole lot of money to get into it either. Drill bits for concrete, for wood. So the ones I have, or I think that's the reason I get asked for them a lot, is because they are expensive. They're hole punch bits. I don't even know what the actual name form is, but they're to drill holes into concrete, into wood, and they come up to like 6-inch diameter little deals that you attach to a drill. I get asked for those a lot. The ones I have, I'll leave it down below. I'll leave some of this equipment that I'm talking about down below. That way you guys can check it out. But some of this equipment, like those particularly, I paid I think like 250 bucks, 200 bucks for that set. So they're really, really good. They work well. So I get asked for those a lot. I have rented them out for I think like 50 bucks. Again, because they cost $250. And what else? Those are some of the things, some of the most common things I get asked for a lot. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Drills, impacts, saws. That's actually something I forgot to mention. Saws and impact drivers are something I get asked for a lot as well. And again, these are all tools that you can literally create a website for and just put a tool rental name or business and create it. And you can always have people coming in and renting this stuff from you. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there, guys. I mean, I kind of gave you a list of some different items of various prices that you could obviously do this with, and some of the things that I personally get asked for the most. So hopefully that can kind of guide you. But again, none of this is financial advice. It is going to take some work to find people if people don't know you're starting this. For me, it doesn't take a whole lot of work because people already know I'm in this space. They already know I have this type of equipment. Not that I'm trying to start a business off of it, but they already know I have this stuff. So it might take a little bit of work up front, but in the end, it'll be fairly passive once you get it going. But yeah, guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and stop it there. Be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.